everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Turnips to Tangerines, where I share recipes and ramblings from my everyday life. Today we are going to make something a little different. It's called Grandma's Medicine, Grandma being moi, and I make it every year at the holiday time for my husband, and he loves it. It's basically a flavored cordial that I make with vodka and sugar and some sort of berry. This year I made a blueberry cordial, that's in here, and this is a cranberry cordial, and I just stick it in a big jug. This is what I make my sun tea in, but in the winter time it doubles as a cordial maker. I've made cranberry rhubarb already, which was really good, and I've made cherry already, and this is the first time I've ever used the blueberry. I made it mainly because that's what I had. I had a whole bunch, I picked a whole bunch of blueberries this year, fresh blueberries, that I froze and stored in my freezer. And basically this is all you need. You need a emulsion blender to kind of do your berries, kind of grind up your berries. I'll show you that later. You need a couple of funnels, which I have here. You need some sort of jar. I just use the ball or, you know, ball canning jars. I can't think of the other brand, but they're whatever. And you can use 2 of these or 1 of these, depends upon how much you have. And just vodka. I mean, usually, my husband picked this up. Usually I do use a little better brand, but what the heck. I tried it we'll try it. And then sugar, just plain old everyday sugar, regular sugar. And then you need, some cheesecloth, which I looked all over the place, and I finally found some at Walmart. And I found the cheesecloth, in case you want to do this, by the canning supplies. I looked everywhere, and I could not find cheesecloth anywhere at any store. So, I don't know if it's a hot item or whatever, but I did find it in the canning aisle by the ball canning jars and all the canning supplies. So, there's a tip for you. If you're looking for cheesecloth, if you need it for something else, that's where I found it. So, what we're going to do is this one, the blueberry that I have right here, is actually ready to be strained. What you basically do is you put your berries in a large container. Like I said, this is what I had, so this is what I used. Not a pretty color though. Ooh, can't see it too well. And so I use this container. This is a full big bottle of vodka and 1 cup of sugar. And then you take your emulsion blender, and you kind of whirl it around to get the berries or whatever fruit you're using chopped up, just to release their juices. And then you put the cover on and you let it sit for 4 weeks. So if you plan on making this before Thanksgiving, you're not going to make it. You can make it for New Year's Eve if you get started on it right away. So you can do that and have it ready for New Year's Eve, and then, because it does have to sit, and then after it sits for a couple weeks, then you strain it. Like you add another half a cup of sugar, and then you let it sit again for about 2 more weeks, and then you strain it, add a little bit more sugar, and let it sit a good week or 2, and then it's good to go. So this should be ready for sure by Christmas, maybe Thanksgiving if I stretch it, try it a little earlier. Because I started this end of September, I do believe. So it's been sitting around here a while. The cranberry one, I just started. So this is only like 2 weeks old. This needs its little bit more sugar added to it, about a half a cup. And then I will do the rest of the cranberries on top. But yeah, this one won't be ready until Christmas for sure, which is fine. So now that I showed you all the things that we need and what you got to do to get going here, let's get straining. Okay, we are back now, and I've got everything set up here. We have our jar with our funnel and our cheesecloth on top. I have my blueberry liqueur waiting, or cordial, waiting to be strained. And I have just a bowl here just to put all the remnants of my leftover blueberries or whatever's in there, to dump that out. And I'm not going to stir it right now because most of the sediments probably, well, I'm sure have settled to the bottom, and I don't want to stir all that up. So what I'm going to do is just take my little ladle here and very carefully strain everything into here. And we're going to go very slowly. Yeah. Another thing you can do too is sometimes if you put a, ooh, here we go, a rubber band around it here, sometimes you have better luck. And if you don't want anything stained, I suggest you probably don't use anything good, because the blueberries will stain. Not so much a cranberry. Yeah, you may need to just let this go slowly. It gets thicker as we get farther down to the bottom of the batch here. And it's good to have, like I said, an extra bowl here on hand. Yeah, it's just going very slowly here. Drip, drip, drip. Usually it doesn't take that long of time to drip there. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of spoon here. And you got to kind of go like this. Strain it through. Yeah, kind of get it through there, huh? It's thick. I mean, it is very thick when you get all the sediments of the blueberries and things like that. I mean, it takes a while to make it, yes. It's not something you're going to just whip up overnight. But see how thick that can be? Yeah. And you do want it like that. And, oh yeah, here we go. You can see the pieces here of blueberry. If you've ever made any kind of like a grape juice from scratch like this and strained it, or made jam of any kind or jelly, it's basically the same principle. What you're doing here is you're just kind of getting all that stuff out of there. Yeah. And we will slowly, 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 slowly get it done. I'm going to slowly pick this up and just, sometimes when you pick it up like this, it works a little better. And you can, I mean, it's a messy job, but hey, someone's got to do it, right? And you just kind of squeeze this out the best you can. You're not going to get all the sediments out this time. We will be straining it one other time before we actually serve it. We will be straining it again one more time after we do the first big strain, which is this. And this gets a lot of the gook out. And you do want to strain it though, because this does leave a lot of sediment in there, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that, but see, that's all blueberry sediment on the bottom there. But it does have juice in it, and it is, you can kind of strain it through like that. Like I said, this is only the first strain. We will be straining this again. So, never fear. It will get clear as we strain it. This is, like I said, the first strain. And we will, after it sits, it's got to sit, you add the sugar, and it's got to sit another, couple weeks, 2 weeks or so, 2.5, 3 weeks, depending. I mean, use your better judgment. I mean, depends upon how quickly you want to try it. The longer it sits, the better, though, so keep that in mind. If you make this way ahead of time, it's going to be better than if you try to rush through it. And like I said, this is only the first strain through. Yep. I have a dog down here that is just driving me crazy. Stop it. He just keeps doing his ears. I've cleaned his ears out I don't know how many times. Ah, boy, oh boy. So now we're getting down to the thick stuff. And it is thick. But, like I said, it is all, it's all good. It just needs to be strained. And you kind of pick it up and let it go in. Oh, whoa. Okay, like I said. If you don't want to get yourself dirty, Whoa. Ooh, oh, there's a hole right there. We don't want that. Okay. Let's keep going slowly at it. Real slow like that. There we go. The second strain was a lot easier than the first. So we'll call this part 1. Part 1. Uh-oh, coming out of the top here. And this is why you do need the cheesecloth, because you actually do go through quite a bit of cheesecloth when you make this. You can use, I guess a clean flour sack, whatever, those flour sack. Dish towels, well, they're not really dish towels, they're called flour sacks. You can use those too. Now this is getting pretty good here. I can tell you, my fingers smell awfully strong. But this is called, like I said, I gave this the name of Grandma's Medicine a couple years ago. Well, I'd say probably 8 years ago now. I've been making this every Christmas for my husband only. I don't drink alcohol anymore, so I don't even, I'll take a sip of it just to see how it actually tastes. I'm not, it's strong, that much I do know. As strong as you know what, hell. But I don't drink alcohol anymore. He does, only on the weekends, because he doesn't drink during the week, of course. So, I can't really say. I imagine you can get pretty bombed on this stuff, though. I don't know why you couldn't. It's just vodka and sugar. Like I said, I don't drink anymore, but he does, and I hope this doesn't overflow here. Yeah. There we go. He does, and he likes it. But anyway, one year I made it, and I said, and he had a cough. I said, I think you're going to need some medicine. And he goes, okay. And I gave it to him, and he goes, this does actually taste sort of like, Vicks Formula 44 from way back when we were kids, when there was like all kinds of ingredients in there. God only knows what they put in that stuff. But, it probably had alcohol in it. It probably did back then. And he goes, oh boy, I feel much better with this. Well, by the end of the night, he was just sweating and, oh my God, I feel much better. I'm just sweating. Well, So he liked it. So ever since then, he always says, are you going to be making your medicine again this year? And I am like, oh, okay, I will. And then one year I gave some to my son, and he gave it to his father-in-law, and he liked it. And my son-in-law, I think one year had it, and he really liked it. I think the people that are a little older, like my daughter, would never drink this, because first of all, she likes all that fruity stuff. And yeah, and she wouldn't like this. No, this is too strong for her. No, she's not. She likes the fruity stuff, so she wouldn't even probably go for this at all. Now I'm going to quickly grab this other one here, and we're going to go put this in here now. Yeah, she's a fruity person. She likes all those fruity cocktail drinks. You know, the ones with all the silly names. I mean, she likes the girl drinks, you know, definitely. When I did drink alcohol, and when I did drink alcohol, I was pretty good at it too. I could drink with the best of them, trust me. Yeah, I mean, I was pretty good at it. And I definitely would have got a gold medal in the Olympics if there was Olympics for drinking. I definitely would have got a gold medal, that's for darn sure. But anyway, when I did drink, I liked just, you know, bourbon, Kentucky bourbon, any kind of yeah, whiskey, you name it. The stronger the better. I mean, you know, just give me a shot of pop. A shot of Diet Coke in my glass, and fill the rest up with the booze. Yeah, definitely did like my stuff, my bourbon. I didn't care. I don't know if you have ever heard of a brand called Old Crow, which has been around for a long time. That was always one of my favorites. And it was cheap, but it was good. It's not cheap anymore, but it was at the time when I used to drink. But then I think everything was cheaper back then. Yeah, cigarettes were cheaper, and yeah, used to smoke too. And I quit that out. I cut that out. I quit smoking when cigarettes went to $5 a pack. I thought, okay, no, I'm sorry, but no, that I'm done. And that's basically when I quit drinking. Ooh, boy, I'm making a regular mess here. Yeah, because I kind of knew I couldn't do them both. No, one or the other. Okay, well, let's keep on going here just for a little bit until we get this done, and then it's easier when you can twirl it like that and kind of keep it down in there like that. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is only the first strain, so kind of like making, like I said, grape juice of some kind here. Okay, so we got our last of our stuff here, and I'm going to line this, and I will be back shortly. I'm going to just get this done a little bit farther. Okay, I have my blueberry cordial all strained. It went through its first strain. I will strain it one more time in roughly 2 weeks before I actually serve it. It will just get a little bit of the sediment down at the bottom, but other than that, it's good to go. You could drink it now, but I add a little sugar again to it, and then I let it sit a good 2 to 3 weeks, and then before I serve it, I will usually strain it one more time. It's not as intensive or whatever, the second strain, because you've already gotten most of the sediment out of it. So right now what I'm going to do, I got it all strained, the two, that one big jar container that I had vodka and the blueberries and sugar in. I got two, what is this? I don't know, two big jars of ball candy jars. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my sugar again, and I'm going to add 1/3 of a cup first. And I'm just going to slowly add it in and just kind of go like this as I'm adding it. And it will dissolve. And you want, cordial should be kind of almost syrupy as consistency. It's a sipper. It's something you sip. It's not something you're gonna, you know, slam down and line them up and, you know, let's have another one. No, it's not a shot. It's definitely a sipper. And it's something that you can sip while you're having another cocktail also. Or you can just sit and relax and have a sip of your cordial as you're either, you know, trimming your tree or just sitting looking at your fire at your fireplace or whatever, you know. Okay, that is a little full there. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get much more in that one. I might be able to, but I don't want to risk it. Okay, you can see it sitting a little bit. I don't know if you can see it, but it's settled to the bottom a little bit. The sugar did, but it will dissolve. You can see just a little bit. Like I said, it will dissolve because I will probably stir it at least every other day, if I remember. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm going to add just a little bit more to this one because I have the room to. So I'm going to. A little bit more sugar. So that's 2/3 cup in this particular one, and that's plenty. I'm only adding it very slowly like that. Yeah. Ooh. There we go. I'm going to get it down to the bottom there and stir it around. There we go. Seems to be dissolving a little bit here. This one not so much. But like I said, it's fine. At this point, it's, you know, it's pretty good. And now we're just going to let it sit here for another couple weeks. I'll put the cover on, and I will take the covers off a couple times over the next few weeks, and I will just stir it up. Ooh, well, it's definitely, that's definitely strong. And I just thought I'd show you these. These are cordial glasses. These are what you serve cordial in. So you only use a little tiny little glass like this. It's not something, like I said, it's not a shot. You're not going to slam her down and line them up, you know. No. This is kind of like, you know, for sipping. Sip. I am just going to take a little sip of this just to get a little, you know, is it working or not type thing. And I will let you know how it tastes. I'm only going to try a teeny bit, just because. Oh. Oh boy, that's sweet. It's blueberry, it's sweet, and it's strong. Oh, sweet Jesus, that's hot. strong. It's hot because it's strong. Let's try this one. Ooh. 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 If you like peppermint schnapps, you'll like this stuff. It does kind of taste though like Vicks Formula 44, blueberry flavored. It's good. My husband will definitely like it. That'll definitely warm you up. It's cold out. And in Wisconsin, we like that. You know, we like to come in from a, you know, cold day of snowmobiling or shoveling and having a nice warm drink. Or something that's not warm, but will warm you. So, that's it for this. I'm going to set these aside. And, ooh, well, I'll tell you, it wouldn't take long for those to give you a little buzz. I can tell you that right now. I feel a little warm. Ooh, maybe it's just my imagination. That could be. Okay, now I'm just going to go over here and grab my cranberry liqueur. Or, I keep saying liqueur. It's not liqueur. It's a cordial. And this, I added sugar to. Oh, now see, I love the cranberry. I just think the cranberry smells and tastes really good. And it's actually really good with rhubarb. You might not think that, but it is. It's really has a nice flavor with rhubarb. And that looks pretty good. I'm not even going to. It's really, I have 2 packages of cranberries in here. 2 packages of cranberries, 1 big bottle of the vodka, and I think I have 2 cups of sugar in this particular group here, or in this bucket, or jar, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Here. Ooh. Let's just stir that up a little bit. Let me try it. Might need a little sugar. Ooh. Wow, now that's strong. Woo-hoo, that needs a little help. Wow, wow. Whew, that'll knock your socks right off. Whoa, okay, I'm gonna add you some sugar. Wow. Like I said, cordial isn't diabetic friendly, as you can see. No. So if you have are prone to have problems with sugar, don't drink this. And when you go somewhere and someone made this homemade, let them know, because you'll be amazed. There, let's just stir that in there a little bit. Oh, that needs, see, you can tell the difference between this and this. You can tell that this has only been sitting about 2 weeks, and you can tell that the blueberry was sat for a good 4 or 5 weeks, because it definitely, the longer it sits, the mellower it gets, and that's what you want. Unless you like a, you know, whew, hot damn thing, let it go for 2 weeks. You can still drink it, but I prefer the mellower flavor. And what you do, I'm going to just show you this real quick here, is you turn off one of my lights. I'm just going to plug you in, and you break up your, my dogs will probably run in here now. Oh, that's all you do with your little bolt motor, and you just do this number, and get in there a little bit. Just break up your cranberries some more. There we go. Okay, that's about it. And it stirs it around here too a little bit. Ooh. Right around this here. That's all you do for that. That's at the very beginning of your, when you very first start. And you can, you know, stir it up or chop it up as much as you want. Like I said, this is a pretty versatile thing. You can, you know, we're not making, moonshine or anything here, which is illegal in the state of Wisconsin to make. But this you can make because you're using already made vodka. If you were to make your own vodka and make moonshine vodka, then you'd be in trouble. But since we're already using store-bought vodka, we can make the cordial. So that's basically how it's done. There isn't really a, it's not real in-depth. It's good, it's flavorful, it has a nice color to it at Christmas time. If you want to sit around and have a sipper, if you like to just have something that, you can sip on here and there, like I said, it's called Grandma's medicine for a reason, because you drink it when you don't feel good. Or you got a little cold or the sniffles or something like that. You just take a little sip here and there. Warms you up. Makes you feel good. So there we go. Grandma's medicine. Made with vodka, sugar, and cranberries. Fresh cranberries that I bought at the farmer's farm market in Black Creek. And this was made with sugar, fresh blueberries that I picked this summer in July at Blueberry Haven in Clintonville, and vodka. And that's it. And you just add it and check on it and stir it around and add more sugar and stir it around and strain it. This will be strained in about 2 weeks from now. This won't be ready till Christmas, but I'm pretty sure my husband can have a little sample of this at Thanksgiving this year, and he'll be thrilled with that. He'll be sleeping by 2 in the afternoon if he drinks it too early. So I'll have to pace him with his medicine a little bit. So anyhow, I hope you give this a try. It's it makes a wonderful gift. I've given it in really nice decorative bottles with a bow on it already, and everybody I've ever given it to has liked it. I mean, like they said, they sip it. And it makes a good gift, and you can try any kind of flavorings you want. You can use berries. I've used rhubarb. You can even use, make your own, like Red Hot, and use those cinnamon little Red Hot candies and add that with the vodka and the sugar. Or you can make your own schnapps. You can add the vodka and the sugar and some chopped up peppermint, Starlight peppermint candies, which I've always been meaning to do that, and I haven't. Probably because I would probably drink it all, because I love anything peppermint. You can do anything you want with it. So give it a try and see, how your next party goes. Bye-bye.